Okay, so my presentation is about concussions and head injuries in football. Um, Today it's a lot different than it was back then because they didn't even wear helmets. They wore leather caps, and injuries was I guess you could say, the least of their worries. I mean, it was possible, but they didn't really stress on it as much as they do now. Now it's gotten so technical that the helmets are 100 times better. They have specific foam and impact resistant shells that don't as much they absorb the impact, and it won't affect you as much as it would if you just had a hollow shell on your head and you got hit. And now they do a rule called targeting. Um, Targeting means that you are in the pursuit of a defenseless player and you hit him really hard, and that means that whether it be anywhere up above the chest, clipping is called when you hit somebody below the knees. Anything to do with below the knees or above the waist is basically anywhere you hit a defensive player is called targeting, and you will be ejected from the game. Um, Also, another reason that football has progressed, but it's still not very safe, is that the quarterback is what you could say a defenseless player at all points in the game, because they get the snap every game, every time that their team's on offense, they get the snap, they get the ball, and they're sitting back there, whether they're handing it off or they're looking and making their reads to the receivers, they're getting ready to pass the ball. And while doing that, they have linemen that block for them, and in that anywhere from 2.5 to 5 seconds time, they can get hit by the rushers, the defensive linemen, the other team, and so they do a rule now where anything above the waist hitting them is a 10-yard penalty, because it's in the same instance of targeting. You're hitting a defenseless player, therefore you could at least hit him right. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that, because football is football. You can't take the physicalness and the roughness out of football, or it wouldn't be football anymore. Um, some people say football is the greatest sport because it supposedly has its days of the week. Um, that's iffy. I don't really agree with that, but it is a big contribution and impact on people in society today. But my main deal is football has progressed so much over the time of 100 years. So much that the players have changed, the physical abilities have changed, their playing abilities, the way they play the game, and just how the game is impacting our society. Um, But really, I mean, even though that they're trying to make it safer, and I agree, because number one, you need to keep your kids hydrated, and number two, you need to protect them. I mean, they're playing this game, especially at the professional level. They're playing it to provide for their families. So I believe that they should be um, kept safe in every which way possible, whether it be hydrating, whether it be making sure you don't get cheap shot in the game. And that's what the referees are trying to do now is do away with all that, do away with the cheap shot, and do away with you not you not coming home to your families healthy, because head injuries are a big deal. I mean, you can't really do much without a solid head, a solid brain. You can't really function. So football has come a long way, and in the same instance, I just some of the things I don't agree with, like some instance, like if a guy's just going to straight up hit somebody, he shouldn't get a foul. Now, if he hits helmet to helmet, defenseless player, something like that, then yeah, maybe. But I mean, football is football, and it's physical, and there are risks, just like every sport. I mean, there's risk playing golf, there's risk playing tennis, there's risk playing baseball, there's risk playing volleyball. I mean, there's injuries that can occur in every sport. but you just can't take the physicalness out of football, and it's always going to be there no matter how strict you get on it. So, really what I'm trying to say is I agree that football needs to be safer. There needs to be less helmet-to-helmets. Coaches need to emphasize on the helmet-to-helmet, teach how to wrap up properly, tackle properly, to get the dude down, to maybe lay a hard hit, but not to just go out and hurt the dude. But football is really important in some people's lives, and it's really how some people just get through life, just watching sports. So I just hope that they don't try to just ruin the name and, take away the real, true meaning behind playing football, and that's getting rough and making the fans happy.